In this video, we'll show you how to use the Roundabouts Input dialog to specify input parameters specific to roundabouts in SIDRA Intersection 7. Before we begin, please note that the Roundabouts Input dialog will only be available when the site type is an unsignalized roundabout or a roundabout with metering signals. In other input dialogs, data fields specific to roundabouts will appear, and default values of some parameters may be different. Let's first inspect the Roundabouts Input dialog in general using an unsignalized roundabout site. Click Roundabouts in the Site Input section to open the Input dialog. The Roundabouts Input dialog contains multiple tabs. The number of tabs that are visible depends on the model options selected under the Options tab. The main roundabout capacity model options are the SIDRA Standard, US HCM 6, and US HCM 2010 models for roundabout capacity estimation. When the SIDRA Standard capacity model is selected, two tabs will be visible, and the Roundabout Data tab will open by default. When the US HCM 6 or the US HCM 2010 capacity model option is selected, the relevant HCM data tab will appear. The roundabout capacity model, roundabout level of service method, and delay model are set by default, depending on the software setup option selected during the installation of SIDRA Intersection 7. When you change the roundabout capacity model, selections for the three related parameters, roundabout level of service method, HCM delay formula, and exclude geometric delay will remain unchanged. This enables the comparison of the effect of the change of roundabout capacity model in terms of the capacity model only while other parameters remain unchanged. However, you can specify any combination of these three parameters for the selected roundabout capacity model. HCM delay formula and exclude geometric delay are general parameters applicable to all site types. The section titled Other Roundabout Models includes secondary models provided for research purposes only. Check the option boxes if you want to include the capacity estimates from these models in the SIDRA Intersection Detailed Output report. When the FHWA 2000 option is selected, the FHWA 2000 Data tab will appear in addition to the other tabs. If the site type is a roundabout with metering signals, the Roundabout Metering tab will appear. The HCM roundabout capacity model extension parameter is only available if the selected capacity model is US HCM 6 or US HCM 2010. You can check this box if you want to apply the SIDRA method for unbalanced flow conditions as an extension to the selected HCM roundabout capacity model. The roundabout geometry specifications for the example we used in the intersection, movement definitions, and lane geometry Part 1 input dialog video tutorials were in an incomplete state. We'll continue using this example to demonstrate how to input the parameters required to complete the roundabout geometry specifications. Open the Roundabouts dialog. Click the View Layout command to see the roundabout layout display, which will help with data specifications. The Roundabout Data tab contains an approach-based table for specifying the roundabout geometry data. Use Tab or Shift-Tab keys to navigate in the data tables and make use of the Quick Input button. As you select approaches under the data tabs, the relevant approaches will be highlighted in the layout display. Now let's complete the roundabout geometry specifications for our example. In front of the east approach, change the number of circulating lanes to 1 and the circulating width to 8 meters. Insert a circulating transition line in front of the south approach by ticking the checkbox. The capacity model selected under the Options tab will be shown in blue text under the Site Display image. Approach names can be seen in the layout display. If the roundabout capacity model is SIDRA Standard, the SIDRA Standard Roundabout Model Calibration table will show two parameters that apply to this model only. If the roundabout capacity model selected is US HCM 6 or HCM 2010, the geometry parameters that do not apply to the HCM 6 or HCM 2010 roundabout capacity model will be indicated with an asterisk in this table. These parameters are shown for information only, and their values will not affect the HCM 6 or HCM 2010 capacity model results in the output. The HCM 6 data and HCM 2010 data tabs contain the tables that include the relevant roundabout capacity model parameters. The models can be calibrated by changing these parameters. As a simpler method, the parameters given in the roundabout model calibration tables can be used for model calibration purposes. These calibration parameters are specific to the HCM roundabout capacity models and do not apply to the SIDRA Standard capacity model. When the capacity model is changed to SIDRA Standard, the HCM data tab will not be visible, and the geometry and calibration parameters under the roundabout data tab will be applicable. Refer to the user guide for definitions of the geometry parameters. Now let's have a look at the Roundabouts Input dialog for a roundabout with metering signals. In this case, the Roundabout Metering tab will appear in addition to the other tabs. The Roundabout Metering tab includes various design and control parameters unique to roundabouts with metering signals. Click the symbols on the image to define metered and controlling approaches. If you change the selected symbol on an approach, the other symbol selection will move to another approach. Inspect the layout picture as you make the changes to ensure that you obtain your desired combination of metered and controlling approaches. This concludes our demonstration of the Roundabouts Input dialog. Please refer to the user guide and the SIDRA glossary for definitions and detailed explanations of the input parameters used for roundabouts.